Welcome back, Amador County. We are joined this morning, artist George Lambert. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good to see you.
Thank you.
And thanks for bringing in your work. You're the featured artist this month at the Sutter Creek Gallery?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Thank you.
You did say it was the second time.
Second time. When they first opened about 3 years ago, I started off being the first featured artist, and my time has come around again.
Okay. How long have you been in the painting field?
About 10 years.
10 years.
Yeah.
And what made you decide to, at that point, pick up the brush?
Well, I retired and had lots of extra time, and it's a typical story, people that want to pick up another hobby as they get older and have more time on their hands.
Were you an artist as you were younger, as you were growing up, or
a little
was it just
bit,
something
you know,
that just kind of snapped?
Yeah, I did a little ceramics when I was a kid, and a little drawing and things like that.
Right.
I came from a family that had lots of interest in art. My mom painted, and my dad did ceramics, and I did a little ceramics.
A little bit of background. So when you picked up the brush, where'd you start?
Watercolor. I took a class here locally from a watercolor painter, and I think the first one I took was Jeannie Vodden's watercolor class. And,
Jesus, so
yeah, and then I did a lot of Howard Reese's workshops and field trips.
Right.
Did a lot of plein air painting, going to places like Bridgeport or over to the coast and just painting scenes. And
right. Yeah, that Eastern Sierra is just amazing.
It is, yeah.
So we brought in some pieces this morning, and maybe we can start with the cyclist here.
Yeah, that was on the cover of my AC newspaper from the Ledger Dispatch.
Okay. And how long does it take to do a painting like this?
That one, about 2 hours.
Okay.
You know,
so you kind of have the idea, and you really get to it.
Yeah, yeah.
Because you would think that you would have more than 2 hours.
Yeah.
Do you squint when you paint, or is that just something that some people do? Or?
Artists recommend that you squint a little bit to kind of fuzz the image so that you're not painting too much detail. You want to get the idea of the painting, but it's not photorealistic.
Right. Okay. I'm going to grab this panoramic piece here. Tell us about this.
That's the Venetian Motel in Capitola.
Oh, it did look familiar to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a colorful little place. A lot of painters have painted that, and photographers have taken pictures of that motel. It's quite famous.
Sure. I'm a photographer myself, and I'm sure that we've probably been to some of the same places.
I bet you. I bet you we have. Yeah.
Noticing that now. This here was called.
That's Linda at Her Dining Table. That's the title of the piece, and it's a portrait.
Okay.
And it's actually of my sister-in-law.
Okay. She was just, what was she doing there while you were? Did she sit there the whole time that you painted?
No, I used a photograph that I had taken. She and my wife were sitting across this big table, and the two of them were so far apart that I couldn't use the two together because I would have had to squeeze it together. So I just did the one.
Okay.
Also, later on, I painted my wife by herself. But I like the feel of it because it's, she's. The big thing is the expression on her face and the overall feeling of it.
Sure. Yeah, that's a very nice piece. Your artwork is for sale, I would take it? Mm-hmm. Okay. And is there a certain price range? Let's go back to the cycle. We were talking about a painting like this. What would something like this cost?
Probably. That one, I'm probably going to offer it for $500.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not framed yet, but I will get a frame on it.
Right, right. Just love the background color. Pretty much everything about this painting is very striking to me.
Yeah, I like what I was trying to get there is the feeling of movement.
Okay.
It's you can feel that these bikes are actually going.
Sure, yeah, and you've created that, and even that background hue of the plum color there really helps you with that. Was this an Ione?
No, it's intended to be Ione.
Okay. They do the cycle race through there.
Yeah, they do the. It's hard to get a good picture of bicycles coming through Ione, and usually they're scattered out. So I did something a little unusual. I took my iPad and I was watching a cycle race on TV, and I took a couple of shots of the movement of the bicycles going across the screen.
Right.
And then I took 3 or 4 of them, and then I just kind of used that as my prop.
I guess plein air wouldn't work for doing the bicycles. Come around the turn, you get
no.
ready, your canvas, you're ready, and they come.
They move too fast. Move way too fast.
It's not going to work.
But I wanted to do something with bicycling because bicycling is a big part of Amador County tourism.
Right. A lot of people come through here. People ride up to like 100 miles at a time.
Yeah, every Saturday morning, there's probably 300 or 400 that go down my road. It's Jackson Valley Road.
Sure.
It's quite a popular place for bicyclists.
You see them on Latrobe too sometimes.
Yeah.
Speaking with George Lambert this morning, he's the Artist of the Month at the Sutter Creek Gallery. How many pieces do you have on display?
Right now I have 14.
Okay.
And I'm going to add a few. I'm going to have a bigger space in the front of the gallery for the month of May, and the opening reception for my art will be on May 3rd. So if people are going to go to the Plymouth Flea Market, they should stop by the gallery on the way home.
Right. Take historic 49.
Yeah, exactly.
The old 49, go through the old towns. Always nice to take the bypass when you're in a hurry, and then when you're just on the leisure drive, go through the towns.
Yeah, the gallery's a fun place. We have about 30 different artists in the gallery. It's a cooperative gallery. We all take turns minding the store, and we all have a little space inside the store.
Perfect. And this month, it's George Lambert. Go down and see his work. These acrylics, oils?
This is watercolor.
Okay.
This portrait. The portrait down on the floor there of my wife is watercolor, and this one is acrylic, and that's an acrylic.
Okay. Any tips for somebody that's interested in getting started?
Well, find something that, a type of painting that you like, and be, loose in your design. That a lot of people get too tight with their paintings and try to basically copy what they think they see. But the main thing is to try to create something that has a feeling to it.
Okay, great. George, thanks for coming in. We are running to an ad break. We'll be right back after these messages.